Now, from Wish TV, this is The Zone Extra, presented by Old National Bank. Coming up tonight, postseason action continues as teams chase state championships. In the Coach's Corner, we look back and celebrate a first girls soccer state title for Hamilton Southeastern. Plus, our Athlete of the Week is looking to lead his Lawrence Central football team to a first sectional crown in 13 years.
It's amazing. I came here to win. Came back to play with my friends. Just an unreal feeling.
Let's kick it off. The Zone Extra starts now.
Good evening and welcome to the Zone Extra. I'm Andrew Chernoff. What a great week of high school sports with postseason action taking center stage, including multiple state championship games. In the Coach's Corner, for the first time ever, Hamilton Southeastern is a state champion in girls soccer. Royals head coach Greg Davidson and his two senior captains are here to discuss their recent title. Plus, our Athlete of the Week is a key reason Lawrence Central is playing for a football sectional championship. We'll introduce you to Bears senior quarterback Santana Allen. Plus, it's the battle for the coveted zone banner, how your school can move on to the Final Four. Now let's take a look at this week in high school sports. Last Friday, the football state tournament rolled on with sectional semifinals. In Class 6A, defending state champ Brownsburg began its quest for a repeat with a 29-point victory over Pike. So who will the Dogs face for the sectional title? How about rival Avon? The Orioles move on with a 23-21 victory over Ben Davis last Friday. Meanwhile, last year's 4A champ New Pal is playing up in 5A this season, and the top-ranked Dragons are moving on to the sectional finals after they beat Plainfield on Friday, and that sets up a sectional championship clash with Cathedral tomorrow. And at Westfield, last season's 6A state runner-up took the first step toward reaching Lucas Oil Stadium again as the Rocks roll to a 28-point win over Zionsville.
You never take it for granted. I was telling the guys there, it's a blessing you get one more week, right? Half the teams in 6A and around the state, they don't get to come back on, tomorrow with film session and get practice again on Monday. So that's the thing you just enjoy the most is you get another week with the seniors and another opportunity to impact the guys.
It's really fun. I mean, as a young kid like me, a sophomore, it's always fun to play with these older guys, get these wins for them. So it's just super fun.
From the gridiron to the pitch, where the boys and girls soccer seasons came to an end last weekend with the state finals in downtown Indy at Carroll Stadium. In the 3A boys championship, it was Carmel taking on Harrison. First half, Carmel with a corner kick, and you'll want to watch this right here. The ball ends up right at the foot of Curtis Drost, and he puts it in. Carmel takes a 1-0 lead. Second half, Greyhounds up 1, and this pretty much is the nail in the coffin. Evan Bardo scores, and the Hounds win a boys soccer title for the first time since 2006. 3-1 was the final. In the boys 2A title match, it was Garin Catholic taking on Bishop Chittard. This match was scoreless through regulation and to overtime, so we go to penalties, and in the 13th round, yes, the 13th round, Christian Zemeno steps up and puts it in for the Golden Eagles. So Chittard needs to answer, but Andrew Taylor's shot is saved right there by Ryan McGrath. Garin Catholic wins the longest penalty shootout in state finals history. It's the program's third state championship. What a match. In the boys 1A championship on Friday, it was Cecina taking on Blackhawk Christian out of Fort Wayne. Still scoreless, 50th minute, not anymore. James Nebis with the great individual effort there. Goes into the net. Blackhawk Christian takes the lead. 76th minute. Nebis again, his second goal of the night. He ends the match with a hat trick, and Blackhawk Christian wins it 3-0. In girls soccer, the 2A title game featured Park Tudor against Mishawaka Marion. Late first half, Mishawaka Marion's Milana McCullough. How about that free kick goal? Knights lead 2-0. Second half, Panthers will turn it over right here, and Aubrey Bradley there to finish it off. Mishawaka Marion wins the 2A championship. 3-0 was the final. Heritage Christian taking on Bremen in the 1A girls title game. Eagles score first at the end of the first half. The ball around the box right there, and Mila Spangler pops it in. The sophomore gets her team on the board. And that was not her only highlight, because 20 minutes left in this match, Lauren Dolvin set Spangler up perfectly, and she knows what to do. Second goal of the day. Eagles win 3-0 for the second state title in program history. To girls volleyball now, where the state finals matchups are set for Saturday at Gainbridge Fieldhouse after the semi-state round of the tournament took place last weekend. In Class 4A, it was Plainfield taking on Yorktown. Quakers serving for the first set here. The Tigers with the return, but it goes long, and Plainfield takes the set. This would go the full 5 sets, and in the 5th set, match point right here, Audrey Utterback with the kill, and Plainfield advances to state for the first time in program history. It will face defending champ Carroll on Saturday night. In a Class 3A semi-state, it was Roncalli taking on Tri-West. Royals get off to a fast start. Set point in the first, it's Lydia Staley with the block right there. Roncalli takes the set 25-8. Move ahead, third set, match point. Lily Jones rises up right here and hammers the kill. Royals are back to the state finals where they look to defend their 3A crown. Roncalli will face Bishop Dwenger for the 3A title. 2A semi-state action, it was Triton Central taking on Bar Reeve. Vikings with set point in the first. They come up with the kill off the Tigers right there. Bar Reeve takes the opening set 25-10. Match point for the Vikings. In the third, it's Haley Huff with the ace, and Bar Reeve advances to the state championship for the first time since 2020. So here's a look at all the matchups for the girls volleyball state finals. Again, all taking place Saturday at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. 1A, it's Faith Christian taking on Trinity Lutheran. 2A, Benton Central against Bar Reeve. 3A, Bishop Dwenger against Roncalli. And then 4A, 7 p.m. on Saturday, it's Carroll against Plainfield. Meanwhile, in cross country, the season came to a close on Saturday with the state finals. In the boys race, congrats to Columbus North as the Bulldogs win the team title over runner-up Noblesville and third place Homestead. Springs Valley junior Calvin Seitz was your individual champion. Meanwhile, in girls cross country, it was the Carmel Greyhounds running away with the team title. It's a state record 21st championship for the program. Concordia Lutheran was the runner-up, and Bloomington South finished third. Individually, congrats to Indian Creek senior Libby Dowdy, who wins the individual title for the second time in 3 years. Time for a break, but we have much more ahead on the Zone Extra. Up next, we're celebrating a state championship. There they are. Hamilton Southeastern girls soccer head coach Greg Davidson and his 2 senior captains are here in studio after winning the program's first ever title. And still ahead, he's a senior quarterback looking to lead his team to a first sectional title in 13 years. We'll introduce you to our Athlete of the Week from Lawrence Central High School.
This is the Zone Extra, presented by Old National Bank. This is the Zone Extra Coach's Corner.
Welcome back to the Zone Extra. Saturday night, for the first time in program history, Hamilton Southeastern won a girls soccer state championship with a 1-0 win over Carmel in the 3A title game. We want to welcome to the Zone Extra Royals head coach Greg Davidson, along with senior captains Riley Boyd and Blair Satterfield. Congratulations on the state championship. Well done. Intense match, by the way. We were watching here back at the station. Greg, what does it mean to you to get this first one for the program?
It means the world. We've pursued this for a long time, and so for our team, it meant everything. It was what we strove for. It's what we purposed for. It's what our only goal was this whole season. For our program, the amount of alumni that have been so close to winning a state championship and just have fallen short, it means just as much to our program. We say it's a program win. So for our school, for our current players, but for our program, it means everything.
So Coach just mentioned the alumni. Riley, have you guys all heard from a lot of past soccer players in the program about this win?
Yes, we have. A lot on Instagram and just like in our comments on our posts.
Does that add a sense of pride?
Yes, it does, for sure.
Blair, what has been your reaction like just around the school, around the community?
I mean, even just going into my first class right after that, I just felt like just so much joy and pride. Everyone's coming in, congratulating. Like, just the reaction from the community, from the school has been super positive, so it's been super fun.
Awesome stuff. This match was crazy. 1-0 was the final, and Riley, you were the one who scored the only goal in this match. Just take me through this whole mindset. You knew this was going to be not necessarily a shootout, but it was going to be a hard-fought win.
Yeah, for sure. I just remember the goal, like the long ball and just chasing after it, hoping to get there. And when it landed right in front of my feet, it was just like, oh my gosh, this is happening. And just being able to put it away for like self-pride, but not only for the team, but for, like Coach said, our program was just amazing.
Greg, you knew this was going to be a tough fight against a Carmel team that has such rich history in the sport. What gave you the confidence, just when the stage is on, the pressure's on, that this group could deliver?
It was a battle of two heavyweights. We had 10 Division I players out there, 5 for each school, and we'll both have more.
Yes.
Right? But the confidence that this team has had all season and the grit that they've had all season, 11 seconds in the regional championship, teams that have really tried to put a defensive structure to try to slow down our amazing scoring and multiple kids that can score. But we had the confidence. We knew how good we were. We also knew other teams had taken this away from us, and our seniors have lived that for the last couple years, and they were not going to let anybody take it away. They were going to come, earn it. Nobody was going to take it away.
I want to show you guys some of the celebration as well. And Blair, what was this moment like when you all were storming the pitch?
Oh, it was phenomenal. I was the last person to touch the ball. I kicked it as hard as I could, and I ran as fast as I could. I ran directly to Riley, and I mean, it's just an incredible feeling to just know that everything that we've put in for not only this season, but the past 4 years that I've been in this program, I mean, it's been heartbreak after every season, and to finally feel like every single practice, early morning that we've put in has really come to be what we earned.
Riley, when you're hoisting the trophy here as a team, you get all the medals. What's that like? I mean, is that going to be the memory that you have from high school? I mean, that's incredible.
Yeah, that was awesome. Just being able to celebrate it with people that I played with for so long and that I love and appreciate it's just an amazing feeling.
Blair, Mental Attitude Award winner too. How special was that to win?
I'm just topped off the night. I couldn't get better from there. It felt great to win that, just knowing, I mean, it's not just for me who earns that from me, it's everyone around me who's poured into me over these past 4 years. I owe it to them, so.
What does Blair mean? I mean, that award seems so well deserving.
Absolutely, it's deserving. Not only is she physically tough, not only is she an amazing soccer player, but she is mentally tough, and how much her and Riley have just led this team well. And our seniors have come alongside them and led. But Blair, being a coach's daughter, means a lot to me.
100%. I got to ask you, because some of the numbers that this team put up this year were absolutely staggering. Let's take a look at some of those, because it's absurd when you look at what you all accomplished. See that 0 there, the 22-0-1, undefeated. What does a season like this, Greg, do for the program going forward?
You know, the crazy thing is we've had zeros after our regular season in a few different years here recently. And that was the goal, to have that 0 at the end of the season. And that 0 is what led us to a state championship. Hannah's save in the middle of the season, the give and go and the back and forth in that game, that was what we were striving for. 22-0-1, make sure we had that 0.
Mission accomplished. Congratulations, HSE girls soccer. Well done, and an incredible season.
Thank you.
Thanks
so much.
Thanks for coming by. Still ahead on the Zone Extra, it's time for our Athlete of the Week. He's the quarterback looking to help lead his Lawrence Central football team to a sectional championship for the first time in over a decade. Coming up, meet Bears senior Santana Allen. Plus, we get you ready for sectional Friday night across Central Indiana with our game plan for the Zone.
This is the Zone Extra, presented by Old National Bank.
Welcome back to the Zone Extra. After a dramatic win last week, Lawrence Central football will look to win its first sectional title in 13 years tomorrow night when the Bears host Decatur Central. A key reason for the team's success this season is the play of quarterback Santana Allen. The senior has thrown for nearly 2,000 yards and has 29 touchdowns this season. Last week, he threw for 2 touchdowns and ran for another in the Bears' win over Lawrence North. Allen, who grew up in Lawrence Township, says that having the opportunity to keep playing with his teammates is something he does not take for granted.
It's amazing. I came here to win, came back to play with my friends. It's just an unreal feeling. Very exciting. Got to get the win, get it done.
He's a heck of a player. We're voting for him for mayor. So he's a special kid. Our kids they love each other. The relationship, the bond, the brotherhood between all of those kids, man, it's amazing. It's what's driving our team. Just to have him, in the driver's seat and making those plays. He's done it all year.
It's a real brotherhood. The culture's changing. That's what we needed. And I would say we spend a lot of time together outside of football. It's not just a football thing. Going into each other's houses, doing things on the weekend to build that brotherly bond.
His decision making, his leadership. He's calm under pressure. That's probably one of his greatest assets as a quarterback. His leadership is what's jumped off charts to us. These guys, you talk about just a magnet of guys just gravitate towards him, follow his lead. So he's really all I can ask for and what I want from my quarterback.
Very excited to get to play for a championship. Ain't been done in a while. We know it's going to be a tough matchup. We come out and compete and play. Our brand of football will be all right.
Congrats to Santana and good luck to the Bears against Decatur Central tomorrow. Do not forget, Wish TV has a great sports app. Get your phones out right now, scan the QR code on the screen, and download the completely free All Indiana Sports app. You can find more on the story, plus all things Central Indiana High School sports. Get the All Indiana Sports app today. Time for a break, but more to come on the Zone Extra. It's the battle for the coveted Zone banner. A look at the top 8 schools and how your school can move on to the Final Four.
This is the Zone Extra, presented by Old National Bank.
One of our favorite parts of covering high school sports is the fans. The school spirit that we see is incredible, and each fall we award the prestigious Zone banner to the school with the best school spirit. So this is what the students are competing for: the Zone Championship banner, presented by Crew Car Wash, Bailey and Wood, and Yatback. We're giving this huge banner to the school that is in the zone and has the best school spirit. So who is going to be the 2025 champ and claim the undisputed Top Spirit Award and this awesome banner to hang up at your school at the end of the season? Well, we're down to the final 8 schools. Here's a look at the list. The 8 finalists: Bishop Chatard, Brownsburg, Cathedral, Fishers, Guerin Catholic, Hamilton Southeastern, Roncalli, and Westfield. So students, remember, we look at everything: school spirit at the games, the school pride that you just show at school, social media, and use the All Indiana Sports app to vote. Which 8 finalists will advance to the round of 4? We'll find out this Friday, tomorrow. And My Indy TV is your local home for high school sports. Coming up tomorrow night, hardware is on the line between Hamilton County rivals as last year's 6A state runner-up and 6th-ranked Westfield faces number 3 Carmel in Carmel for a sectional championship. These teams met back in week 2 with the Hounds getting a 24-point win. You can see it all coming up tomorrow on My Indy TV starting at 7 o'clock. And it's a big night of high school football action across Central Indiana as teams look to win sectional titles and move one step closer to an appearance at Lucas Oil Stadium. We'll have scores and highlights from the most games in the state on the Zone tomorrow starting at 11:08. So let's take a look at some of these sectional title games we'll be covering tomorrow on the Zone. Cathedral against New Pal. That's going to be a heck of a battle. HSE, Fishers, the Mudsock, Avon, Brownsburg, Decatur Central against Lawrence Central, and Roncalli against Bishop Chatard. Nice rivalry for those two. Tune in for the Zone tomorrow night. Thanks for watching the Zone Extra.